high note mid lane again, which it's super surprising for us. We were talking about this a little bit backstage. Obviously, we were watching the games in the studio, the first 4 games. We've been seeing a lot more high note in the mid lane than
a very strong front line. They've got the Kaiser, they've got the Liempo, and then we've seen it quite often where having that strong front line only enhances the Charlotte's playstyle in these team fights, and her being so aggressive, fast attacks, being able to dash out of team fights, being able to dash in, kind of pick off that back line, which you're going to try and hope for with the likes of the Loon on the side of Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, for sure. We're seeing the Lady Shen being picked up as well, still in the mid lane, even though we saw that there was a couple of nerfs to Lady Shen a couple of weeks ago. Still, players prioritizing this pick in the mid lane just shows how much presence she has in terms of wave clear, in terms of crowd control. She also can use her first ability on herself to become invulnerable. So there's so many ways in which Lady Shen can set up the team incredibly well. As you mentioned, you know, the setup is super important for the likes of Charlotte and even Ali as well. But already Boom Esports looking to play aggressive. This is exactly what they were doing against the KPL Dream Team, and it backfired. But can they do something this time around?
No, it looks like Kong Ling is still into the thick of it with that Dune pick. He's able to sponge damage, even at such a low level, but he's able to actually give out a lot of base attack damage at that early game. But no kills been taken here. We see a flash go over for Impressive, playing a little bit too aggressive because Toshi was seen in the middle part of that lane, so no way for Toshi to get in there and try and take on JD.
I think it's worth the trade in terms of flashes because you actually burn the flash of JD, and Long is a hero that can be very immobile before the ultimate comes through. So maybe Impressive just playing super aggressive. You know, again, we talk about that SEA showdown match. Impressive with a crazy performance on that Liempo, so Boom Esports definitely going for a lot of comfort. But I feel like with a hero like Long, you kind of want to burn that extra mobility in the early game, and maybe you can catch them out like they're trying to do here at the moment. But the extra damage is coming back onto Toshi, and the first blood might be going on to Long. In the end, it is JD with the first blood on Long. No flash, no problem for JD, but he's trying to get traded back here for Impressive. Really nice knockback by JD, and he's going for one more kill. Can it get traded? It can. JD on Long, 2 kills in the early game, and if there's any hero that you don't want to give kills over to, it's definitely the Long.
Yes, it's long overdue. The kills coming through in that game. We are up into the 2 minutes, almost 3 minute marks here. Boom, Jixix is looking a little bit scarce here. We get the knockup from the Dune, but they aren't able to get that little bit of poke that they needed from the Hino there. We see that Impressive is trying to stop the takedown of this red buff, but we see that the Golem goes, the Crimson Golem, sorry, goes over to Dune. So still a successful invade in that jungle. Didn't quite able to get the kill onto the Kaiser, but able to take some of his farm.
Yeah, we're seeing the picture at the bottom of the screens as well. Charlotte going head-to-head with the Dharma at the moment. Both of these players extremely well. Such a super skilled matchup, I feel like, in the Clash lane. You know, both Dharma and Charlotte have so much playmaking potential. You know, during the laning phase, this is a pretty even matchup. It's all about the skill of these two players. At the moment, so far, Miggy is actually one that had to burn the flash early on. Gu Yi still has the flash on the Dharma, so he can still try and set up plays with his ultimate as we take a look at this replay.
Yeah, so all that power, all that damage coming from JD there, but we're not going to be...
We were kind of questioning ourselves coming into this, like, have they actually had the testing? Have they had the right scrims to come into a bigger competition like the Esports World Cup? And it seems like they are doing incredibly well as the engage coming through from Liempo.
Yep, impressive engage there from Liempo. We're getting the kill onto Dragon as well. That's currently a 1-1 trade. We see that Hino is able to take down Lee and Po, so it is still all to play for. There we go. There is so much damage. 3-0. No, 3-1 trade, sorry, onto the side.
Being able to knock players into the wall. When you see a good Dharma, when I see a good Dharma, I'm just like, wow, this is like the perfect way to play Honor of Kings. The invade might have been going a little bit too far here for Dune. Just getting knocked up a little bit there from Liempo.
The kill in his stride as he just builds another item as well. So again, just going to be a bit more attack damage coming through for Lung in this game. Impressive was trying to get a little bit of an engage here in the mid lane, trying to pause and freeze the enemy's minions, but it looks like they're able to come through here. They're going to have enough potential to get gets the T1 in the mid lane. We are still waiting, but Jizzix is able to keep those minions off. But there we go. Conling manages to do the inevitable and take that T1 turret in the mid lane. But whilst all that's happening, Dharma is pushing that attack damage, a bit more crit. But there we go. Dharma taking a 2v1 in the bot lane there. So farm lane just being held off and defended by Dharma. So great plays by Guy Yu there. Conling overstepped him, but if you're going to get anyone overstepping on the side of Weibo, it's going to be that Doom pick because he's able to soak so much damage. But there we are. Lung is up in the sky. He's going to use it as a defensive use this time around just to get back into that teammate safe territory. But territory in those lanes, Stu, and they're able to get it, but now they have the Shadow Overlord. Lung is going to be packing so much more heat now going into this fantastic engage. Whoa, dude takes down the Ollie. Very slippery hero has been taken down, and so is Kaiser. So again, one of their huge frontline picks is gone down, Stu, in that great engage from Weibo Game.
For sure, we're going to be waiting to see here. Long going down into the bot side now, just waiting for the minions to crash underneath the tower, just allowing you to get 2 minion waves pushed in. You got the mid lane wave pushing in, you got the bot lane pushing in. You can see the rotations at the moment for Weibo Gaming, being able to get 2 sources of minions pushing in the top lane, the bot lane. Now you can see Dharma up into the top side as well, being able to push in that way. So Boom Esports are going to have to defend from all entries into their base, which I'm not too sure they are able to do, and they need to make sure that they're just on their last legs at the moment. They need to do everything they can to try and stop this high ground tower from going down, but Charlotte can only do so much. That's going to be a walk up there for Dune. The first high ground tower is going to be taken down, and then the mid lane is going to be next in the cards here to be able to do that. So we'll have to wait and see there. But first, win the game a few days ago, against RRQs, just being in this tournament in general, and just winning that series against RRQ was super important for them. But they need to try and make that next step. You can't just win the SEA showdown match and being able to get that victory there and go into the tournament. You need to try and perform even better. And you can see at the moment it looks like Boom Esports were trying to steal away the Overlord there, but they were like, oh wait, we have to be careful. Our base is in shambles at the moment. You can see the flash away from Impressive as well. He's on solo health. Dune finishing off the kill in the end. Heino going for ultimate back in the base with the Dharma into the back line. The ultimate into the wall in the end. And this just might be it in the end. Weibo Gaming ending day number 1 here of the group stage. 3-0 taking Boom down in this incredible matchup.